It's 7:30 a.m. and your alarm goes off. You get up, you make yourself some coffee, you get your kids ready for school, and off they go. Moments later, you get a phone call saying that the school is on lockdown because your son has now shot three kids and is arrested for murder. But little did you know that your son has been posting pictures and videos of guns and violence on social media. And today, I am going to talk about school safety, the lack of online monitoring, and a solution. I personally can relate to this issue because I have two kids, and I feel that school should be a safe environment for our children to go to. It shouldn't be a worry factor, and we as parents need to monitor what our kids do online. I have researched this topic and have found that at least 73% of schools in America have had some form of violent threat associated with a shooting or a bomb, and of that, 37% were sent electronically via email, text, and or social media. And according to Doctor Joshua Sinai, who is a principal analyst at Kerning Group Holdings, who specializes in conducting studies in active shooter preventions, terrorism, and counterterrorism, he mentions that social media postings are the second most leading pre-incident clues shooters leave behind. But before I continue, what is school safety exactly? Well, according to the Educational Safe Support website, school safety is defined as schools and school-related activities where students feel safe from violence, bullying, harassment, and substance abuse. And according to the U.S. Department of Education's website, they have three main goals: the need, the goal, and the plan. The need that violence and trauma can impact a student's health, so they propose safety in all communities. The goal, they want students to succeed and thrive. And the plan, according to one of Obama's plan titled Now is the Time, it mentions reducing gun violence, hiring police officers to patrol around schools, putting up more than 1,000 resources in schools like counselors, staff, etc. And they also want to invest in other safety school measures. So now that we have talked about school safety, let's talk about the real problem, the lack of online monitoring. According to Dr. Sinai, he mentions that there are two types of pre-incident clues that may lead to an active shooter. Their behavior, so any past domestic violence experience or personal grudges, history of violence, or any obsession with weapons. The second is the social media postings. So we are not monitoring enough from potential shooters, and this problem has led to such devastating events like the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooter. On December 14, 2012, 20-year-old Adam Lanza shot 20 kids and 6 adults. He had previously posted a discussion on a discussion board. Was there any difference in saying someone had the devil in them or someone was afflicted by psychopathy? And his discussion goes on. The Umpqua Community College shooting in October 1st, 2015, on October 1st, 2015, 26-year-old Cress Harper Mercer shot and killed 8 students and one professor. He had previously posted on social media and several emails to the profile Lithium Love, wrote about Vastril Flanagan, the Roanoke, Virginia shooter. He wrote, on an interesting note, I have noticed that so many people like him are all alone and unknown, yet when they spill a little blood, the whole world knows who they are. A man who's known by no one and is now known by everyone. His face flashed across every screen, his name across the lips of every person and on the planet, all in the course of one day. Seems the more people you kill, the more you're in the limelight. And his emails go on. The most recent, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School on February 14, 2018, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz shot and killed 17 students and professors. According to the Independent News Post, and Daniel Huerfano, a student who knew the killer, says he recognized him by an Instagram photo of him with a gun in his face. He also adds, he was that weird kid that you see like a loner. Mr. Muchler, a professor at Stoneman High, says he posted on Instagram about killing animals in his backyard with a pellet gun, and that he started going off on a friend, and that he was abusive. And the list goes on. According to Dr. Sinai's studies, here are some examples of perpetrators who have been caught due to online threats. March 2012, Alexander Song, 19-year-old who was arrested and charged with posting a threat on Reddit.com where he planned to kill as many people as possible at the University of Maryland. October 2015, two students were arrested for posting online threats to attack students and staff at Riverbend High School in Fredericksburg, Virginia. He also states to be proactive in monitoring suspicious postings. So we have discussed the goals of school safety and several examples on how social media posts can cause such crimes. But now we will discuss ways we can solve this problem and ways we can identify clues and what to do when we're in that situation. So here are some clues according to Dr. Langman, who is a counseling psychologist and focuses on the psychology of school shooters. He has the following: direct threats. So anybody that directly threats um, as a joke, but would end up serious. Admiration and imitation to previous shootings. School assignments or projects relating to school shootings. Nonfiction or fiction relating to violence. Indirect warning signs. So anything that started off as a comment or a joke. Warning signs online and warning signs at home. According to the according to the Department of Homeland Security, they suggest if there is an active shooter, run, hide, or fight. So, Springboro High School in Springboro, Ohio is already implementing new changes to enhance their security. So, one of them is, well, let me start from the beginning. They will not be allowing any visitors during lunch hour grades from 1 through 12. Additional police will be assigned to the high schools, and they are hiring a third-party social media monitoring company. So, what would happen if they did monitor it more carefully? According to Dr. such monitoring can be done in-house by tasking on organizations' staff to monitor social media sites manually or by installing social media threat alert software or contracting social media monitoring companies to crawl for threat-related contextual and actionable relevant user location data through websites. So in conclusion, we have discussed about clues online and ways we can identify a potential school shooter and what we do during the shooting. Clark County School District should implement and hire a third-party monitoring program to help schools detect threats on social media.